relation to kind of what the stuff that Cap is talking about is, number one, there's always answers for him in this offense. Whatever the question is defensively that you're giving him, there's always an answer. Sometimes if you want to bring pressure, ball's coming out right now. And that answer, like, that's problematic for a defense because you're trying to figure out what you can present to him to give him problems. This is some of that downfield stuff that Cap is talking about and some of that accuracy and ball placement. It's absolutely sensational. I think the second thing is this. He has mastered timing and rhythm. Mastered it, okay? Like, his feet tell him when and where to throw the football. And what that does is provide such clarity for him. And sometimes it's clarity. My feet are here. Nope, he's not open. My feet, nope. And there's always a rhythm to their pass game, and it's because of the quarterback.
We're in rhythm, man. We're lockstep.
Look at you two.
Are you close?
You guys are wearing the same colors. So,
we're even wearing the same colors. Sam Darnold is playing better than or as good as any quarterback in the league at the position right now. For the same reason you said. I think of trust and rhythm. Here's one here. Watch his feet get through each progression. And the moment that his eyes tell him what's open, he trusts his ability. He's trusting his feet. He's trusting his eyes. He's trusting his ability. He is so calm in the pocket. The timing is telling him where to place the ball, right? And he's trusting that ability that made him a top 3 overall pick. Your feet will tell you where to go. You have to listen. And that ball placement are things that you can't teach. You've watched Sam Darnold develop. You watched him evolve into the quarterback that he is now. The reason why the process is so important for anything, this is a life lesson. The process is so important because it helps you prioritize the things that are important that let your ability shine.
Right.
That's where Sam Darnold is.
His feet are the foundation.
His feet are his foundation.
And then the talent is.
And then his talent
100%.
is showing why he was a top 3 pick and why he was the future of a franchise coming out of college.
I like life lessons with Hawk.
Yeah, let's do
that is
New
honestly
segment.
Life lessons.
That's
What a
football,
show.
but
We need a
that
better
is
name.
we're gonna workshop that.
Let's
Yeah. What they're showing you there, Sam Darnold's elite. Sam Darnold. Just those handful of highlights that they showed, man. I mean, the back shoulder, the tight window throws in the middle of the field. I mean, it's just elite. It's just elite. And what it is he's decisive. He's decisive. You can see him be assertive and decisive on the field. This is a man who is confident, who's comfortable, who trusts himself, trusts the offense, trusts the play calling, trusts the players. There's trust here. And it's a thing of beauty. It is a thing of beauty. This is such a huge game. This is such a huge game. I've been talking up this game for the last couple of days. I'm so bummed. This needs to be Monday night, Sunday night. I'm more interested in this game, the Buccaneers versus the Seahawks, Sunday night, rather than the Bills versus the Patriots. Like, this is what the NFL is all about right here. Sam Darnold, redemption. Baker Mayfield, redemption. Seahawks, Bucks, get after it. 3-1, 3-1. I mean, this is a huge game. This game goes a long way for the Seahawks. I mean, look at this schedule right here, right? You beat the Bucks here. Boom, you're 4-1. Jags, clearly a winnable game. They're a sneaky good team, still trying to figure out if they find a rhythm with their offense, with Liam Cohen, Trevor Lawrence and whatnot. But it's just like, clearly a winnable game. Then the Texans, I don't know, man. It just doesn't feel like they're going to get their offense going. I'm a believer in C.J. Stroud, but it just doesn't seem like it's going to get all too going. Commanders, that'll be a tough game. Cardinals, rematch, redemption, revenge for the Cardinals, that is at least. Whatever, I like the Seahawks. Now you got the Rams and the Seahawks. Definitely all right, that's going to be your next huge test right there. Obviously, you're important. Titans, that's going to be should be an easy game. The Vikings, again, a question mark. Who's the quarterback for them? Carson Wentz or J.J. McCarthy? Either way, Sam Darnold is going to want to light them up, and that the Seahawks are going to rise to the occasion for that game. That roster is all going to rise to the occasion. They are going to get behind Sam. They are going to want to be the best that they can be. Falcons will be interesting to see if they kind of turn things around. Then you have the Colts, should be also a tough game. Rams continues to be a tough game. Panthers, easy game. 49ers, again, who knows what's the story with the 49ers. They're so decimated with injuries. But this is a very balanced schedule between you got some pretty tough games, right? Rams and stuff like that. And then you got some question mark games where you're like, I don't, who are the Vikings going to be by November 30th? Who the heck are the 49ers going to be final game of the season? Are they resting all their starters? Have they shut everyone down? Or are they fighting and competing for a playoff spot, right? Like those are always really unpredictable. And then you got a couple games that you have circled that you should be like, yes, you better come away with the win here. And then you got one of the, a couple of those sneaky kind of catch type games where it's like, I don't know, the Cardinals, right? Kyler Murray, are they going to spoil things for you? Like you got a perfectly balanced schedule of just a little bit of everything. And that's why I'm so focused on this Bucs game, because this is one of those games where you could definitely lose this game. You could easily lose. And when I mean easily, and not like because they're better than you, but because like it's clearly a losable game, right? Like the Bucs have been competitive, the Bucs have been tough, the Bucs have been really resilient. And so this is one of those games that you just want to make sure you check in the win column. It keeps you so much more resilient down the stretch for any of these other random games that you either just let it get away from you, or you got to leave the door open to split with the Rams, to have the Cardinals come back and still be a division rival that they are. You want to be able to potentially have yourself solidified. So you know what? Maybe the 49ers are doing everything they can to try to get into the playoffs, but the Seahawks in the final game of the season are good. They're chill. They get to kind of take a back seat, rest all the starters, not worry about it. Their playoff spot is solidified, and now we're good, right? Like, and that's all of these random games throughout the season really kind of come down to that. Kind of unfortunately had the one game fumbled away against the 49ers. And so a Bucs game like this is just like, all right, let's take care of business. Let's take care of business. This should be a really competitive defense, and you want to see this offense continue to thrive. Baker Mayfield in the first half against the Philadelphia Eagles was shut down. Let's see the Seattle Seahawks do that for the entire game. Let's disrupt that. Baker's flushed with a handful of weapons right now, and some great receivers. It's like, but disrupt him. Get after him. There's a ton to learn here. There's a ton to learn here, and a win here. Like I said, you'd be 4-1. You'd be top in the NFL. You'd be flirting with the second seed, maybe even the first seed, depending on what's going on with the Eagles and whatnot. So it's just like, all of these games matter so much, and at the very least, when you come away with the win here, it just continues to allow you to be a little bit more resilient to any of the issues that just arise throughout the course of a season. And I just think that also beating a team like the Bucs, who have a fair bit of momentum themselves and a pretty feisty team, I think a game like this also goes a long way to build a lot of confidence and build a lot of momentum for this team. Remember, this is still a very new team that they haven't really accomplished anything together collectively. And so you're looking for all those wins throughout the season. And that is where, beating a division rival on the road comes to build that. That is where beating your old team like the Minnesota Vikings goes a long way to kind of build that. And as well as now beating another team that people are really high on, that people are saying, hey, this is a top team in the NFL, the Buccaneers, Baker Mayfield, et cetera, et cetera. Like, all of those start to just be check, 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 check. When you haven't accomplished things in the playoffs, won big games, big playoff games, et cetera, you look for those moments throughout the season. And the Seattle Seahawks certainly have them. And again, even the revenge factor with the Minnesota Vikings, I think, would be a huge boost for this team. Just from the family building standpoint, I promise you that team will rally behind that. And that will be the message throughout all the meetings and throughout all the practices of like, we want to get Sam this win. We want to be awesome. We want to conquer. We want to make the Minnesota Vikings regret ever moving on from Sam Darnold. This is what we've seen year after year after year after year after year, even though it wasn't like a negative, leaving, right? It wasn't like the Minnesota Vikings and Sam Darnold left on, on bad terms or anything like that. I'm sure Sam Darnold sees the Vikings very highly, but you still want to come away with that win, and it's still something that the team will rally behind. And there's also this weird little rival between Baker Mayfield and Sam Darnold, and I think that will feed into this week as well. So these wins go a long way to building like an actual family within the team, and that goes a long way to winning a lot of games. So get after it. But those are just my thoughts. I'd absolutely love to hear yours. What do you guys all think about the Seattle Seahawks and Sam Darnold just being special, being elite, playing just as great as any other top quarterback in the NFL, as Hawk so eloquently put it? Let me know in the comments below. I read every single comment, so whether you agree with me or disagree with me, either way, let's get in some discussions, let's get in some fights, but ultimately, let's just have some fun. And please do consider subscribing. We are building an amazing community here, and absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all genuinely feel connected to, something that we're really excited to be part of. I think we're well on our way to doing it. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it really does help with the visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much. See you next time.